Hey, what is up everyone? Welcome back to another review, and today I'm taking a look at the FIgurerise standard Lunamaria Hawk, and this is from Gundam Seed Destiny. Want one of your own? I got mine from those awesome people over at FIgurerise Japan, so link is down there in the description. When it comes to the build of the FIgurerise standard Lunamaria Hawk, there isn't really a crazy amount of plastic inside of the box, but the payoff is incredible. Now I will mention, don't let that little amount of plastic in there throw you off entirely. When it comes to some of the aspects of this kit, it's definitely somewhat intermediate skill level, especially when it comes to the alternate faces. When it comes to the plastic in here, we do technically have 11 runners of plastic, but a fair few of these are quite small. We've got a large A1 multicolored runner, a smaller A2 multicolored runner. B1 and B2 share some similarities, but they're not the same. This is a lot of the maroon aspects of this kit. C1 is pretty much the vast majority of the nice purplish gray. C2 is some light bluish green parts. D1 and D2 is on the one runner. This is a lot of white parts, which shares some aspects of the D2 in here that is in flesh tone. After that, then we're on to some specialist and unique runners, this one being the most specialist and most unique. This is the E chest parts, and this is made out of the most weird rubber ever. It feels just so damn strange. It's so jiggly. It's really, really weird. Runner F then is a pre-printed face. This is the only one in the box. We do have 3 options, but the other ones you're going to have to make yourself. And finally, OJ2 is various joints, not all of which are used on this kit, but these are in a more robust plastic. After that, then we've got 1 sheet of stickers, so this is not a kit that is 100% color accurate out of box. And then we've got a bunch of decals. These are for making up the faces like we would have seen before with that last FIgurerise kit from Kaiju number 8. And basically, I'm not going to do it this time because I'm trying to blast through that backlog. But what I did there was a case of prepping the faces, using microsol and microset to attach on the decals for the eyes, and then I did varnish them. It is quite a little bit of work, not a whole lot, but it can be hard to line up the eyes, and the same would be here for the alternate faces. However, when it does just come to the straight build of this kit, it is incredibly simple. The instructions are nice and clear, everything is easy to do, the cutout is simple. There is some extra cleanup in here in regard to mold lines and all that sort of stuff. I didn't do any of it, so you're going to see what it's like straight built. And every single part of this just layers up perfectly. The vast majority of the colors on here are actually cast in plastic. There are a couple of parts that aren't, but for the most part, you're getting your whites, your maroons, your grays, and the hair color in yellow all over where you need it, and the way the parts layer up is extremely impressive. Now there are some small stickers in here. I used a couple of them just to kind of give an idea of what you're going to actually be doing with these. I used the gray ones on the sides. They just pop on just like so, and they don't really stand out too much. We do have some other colors as well, a couple of gray, whites, and yellows for some of the smaller colored sections. Now, one thing that did make me incredibly happy with this kit is I thought you'd only be building either or when it comes to the various aspects on this. Now, there are options for the head and there are options for the body. When it comes to the body, there are 2 types. One, like this right here, where the normal suit is closed, and one where it is open. When it comes to the closed one, it's simple. It's the usual kind of build-up. Everything is just little individual pieces that allow for the articulation. And again, the color separation is phenomenal. But when it does come to the brand new style one, we've got those funny rubber parts in here. These attach onto a little bit of a frame inside of it so they don't come loose. It is a little bit strange around the neck. I've found a little bit to make it lie flat, but overall, it does work out, and you build up all the rest of the plastic up and around it. Also in here, when it does come to the other options are the hands and the heads. The hands all build up in the usual hand kind of way. We have a white section and a maroon section for round back, and joints for all of them mostly. You do have 4 joints, but I think we've got maybe 6 hands in here that need joints. The heads build up in the usual FIgurerise kind of way. That means you have a little bit of a frame with ears, the face slaps on, and you build the hair all around it. That is for the standard head. Again, we do have an option in here, and this can be built completely separately without sharing parts with the original one or the helmetless one, which is good. So you just build up a kind of little face inside of it, build a helmet around it, we have a clear part in the front, and it does look great. However, if you do want to use one of these without using the pre-printed face, it does mean you're going to have to start sticking on some eyes. Overall though, to get to the straight built stage like I have right here, it is incredibly simple. Just snip, snap, and put it all together, and this is what you get in the end. Now, if you do want the alternate faces, which I'm not going to be doing today, and full color accuracy, there's going to be a little bit more work involved. Anyway, let's check it out. And that brings us exactly to where I am in time right now. And here is the FIgurerise standard Lunamaria Hawk. So jumping right on into the full 360-degree spin so you can see everything. Now this is the variant torso, this is the one I had put on it first. This is the one that does use the rubber parts with the open normal suit. As for the face on this is the generic face, the one that comes pre-done in the box, and everything right here is just like it will look out of box. 2 snips, no cleanup whatsoever. So essentially what you're seeing right here is exactly what you'll get if you just straight build this kit. And I have to say once again, these anime figure style model kits are getting better and better. I legit can't wait to see where Bandai will be with these in 10 years time. Overall, the details on this are incredible. The armored parts actually look armored. The parts that are meant to be in almost, I'm not sure if it's meant to be a cloth or some kind of space material, do look like space material. Everything does look incredibly good. Now, there are a couple of nub bits here and there, especially on some of the surfaces of, say, the forearms and the lower legs, but this is something you can clean up pretty simply. It's just backlog time. So overall, the detail on here and the color separation is fantastic. The tiny kind of little pinstripes of white we've gotten sandwiched between the different layers of color does look fantastic. We've got some yellow coming through from underneath as well, all of which builds up in a nice kind of way, giving it a lot of detail without the need for stickers or paint. But there are a few stickers. So when it does come to the color inaccuracies or the lack of color on this kit, this is the sheet of stickers to make up for it. So we do have a couple of gray segments and white segments right here. The gray segments are for on the reverse of the arm right in this little section right here. That should be in a gray, but again, that's towards the back, so you wouldn't really notice that too obviously. The white sections I mentioned are actually for that one little red section right there in the middle of the foot. Again, not the biggest deal. That little section right there that is missing a little bit of red, there is a sticker included for that. And as for these two little yellow sections right here, that Zaft logo right there, that is just for sticking on here, just to put a bit of a decal on. And that big yellow line is actually for on the helmet. This little segment right here is meant to be in yellow, not white. But yeah, what can I say? On the whole, it does look absolutely phenomenal. And Bandai have come a whole long way from those absolutely horrendous Build Divers girl kits of the past, or should I say Build Fighters. There is a lot of splitting in the hair to some degree, but from a distance it just looks like part of it. Overall, looking fantastic. As for a size comparison, there's where it stands between a high grade Gundam and a master grade Gundam. Beside a couple of Seed Freedom high grades, that is the Rising Freedom and the Gelgoog Menace. And finally beside the FIgurerise, Suletta Mercury. So jumping now into the accessories, and here's everything that comes with the FIgurerise standard Lunamaria Hawk. So what we get in here is a full alternate torso, a full alternate head, there's both sets. This is for displaying the helmet without a face in it, there's a face in that one. There's an alternate face right here. This is the head I've had on it the whole time. These are all of the hands, including the ones that were attached, so we've got 2, 4, 6, 8 of those. We've got a bunch of decals for making your own custom faces, and these little ghost faces right here, these are not actually accessories, these are left over from them doubling up on one of the runners, but these of course could be painted and used if you wanted to use even more expressions. But I will go back in time a little bit to mention that when you're actually building up the faces, you do have to put a tongue section into both of the alternate faces. That is not available for these guys right here, so you would have to kind of custom something inside of their faces in order to use these. But you know, where there's a will, there is a way. So when it does come to the faces in here, there's this one we've had on the whole time, which is just a kind of resting normal face. When it comes to the alternate faces, we have this one right here, which has a wide open mouth, looking pretty happy. Now I will mention, whatever eyes you're going to use with this are optional, so if you do opt to paint the kit, you can still use these, or if you just use them as they are, you can use them by slapping them on there. And you can pretty much use whatever combination of which you want. And the final face then in here is this one with a little bit of an oh kind of saying mouth. That is again usable with the included water slide decals. So on the face out as usual kind of routine, you pop off the front of the hair. You need to angle out the side bits of hair. I didn't know that at first, so I took one off, but you can angle them out and then you can just remove the face that's attached and attach on whatever one that you do want. Simple enough. When it comes to the hands in here, we've got a grand total of 8, 3 of which are the same across both, and that would include the fists, the widespread open hands, as well as these weapon holding hands. Swapping them out is super simple. You just attach them onto the joint besides the weapon holding hands, which has its own joint. As for this weapon holding hand right here, I assume this can be used with most of Bandai's general sized weapons. The problem is a lot of Bandai's weapons does have a little bit of a lip at the end like so, which may make it impossible to actually slide it into this hand because it is a kind of sliding way of doing. So yeah, that automatically just does not fit as much as I'd like to use this here weapon. So it seems like weapons with just kind of the slide-in handle are the rarity these days. I got this from the launcher striker kind of option kit, or launcher sword kit, so I'm just gonna pop that in. It feels like it fits quite well, so there you go. If you need yourself a Lunamaria Hawk with a big old launcher, that is what you can do. Doesn't really fit too well, but you know, bang. But yeah, these hands are the usual kind of high-grade size, as long as you can get something that slides right in. Finally then, we do have two hands which are unique to both sides. They're both two different kinds of saluting hands. This one going like kind of wave, hello, salute, and this one more of a kind of two-fingered-y kind of salute. That's what they do. Or for whatever other various poses you want to pop it in. So in case at this point you're wondering why I'm not popping the other face back on, it's because I am going to use it. We have some alternate parts in here, one being an alternate torso to change the normal suit, or whatever it's called in Gundam Seed, to being closed like so. As well as that, we also do have the helmet right here, which is absolutely fantastic looking. You can have this right here displayed just like so, without the visor in it. There's the back. This is incredible. I actually think this is probably one of the coolest aspects of the entire figure / model kit. Or you can actually pop the visor into it just like that right there. Simple as and very, very effective. So this can be used just like as a prop for a pose like this right here of her having a sly ciggy after a hard day mobile suit Gundaming. So changing the normal suit from the zipped down version to the zipped up version with the helmet is pretty much the exact same way the rest of us humans change our outfits. That's by tearing the head and the arms and the legs off the torso, discarding the torso, getting a brand new torso with a slightly changed outfit, then popping the head and the arms and the legs back on, the usual way. When it comes to the helmet aspect, you need to actually disassemble the entire helmet. Inside of it, there's this red piece. Replace the red piece with one of those sort of neck sections. This is different from the standard head. Then you pop a face onto it, whichever one you want. There's a new little fringe or bang section for popping onto the face. Then you build a helmet all around it. You have an option whether to leave the visor off like so, or pop the visor on like that. Also, I will mention if you do actually use the other heads that are in here and actually get them done up with the eyes, you won't actually have to go through all the helmet disassembly. You could just choose a face for the helmet and a face for the body, and it's a whole lot quicker then. And this is what it looks like. So to get into a pose, I'm going to grab a stand. It's got the usual kind of stand hole in it. So what I usually use in these reviews is this, the simple stand by Good Smile Company. But I'm going to subvert the times by trying this right here. This is the general purpose model display stand by Display. They actually sent this onto me, so thank you so much to them. This looks pretty cool. Let's see how it works out. Opens up just like so. We got a bit of some instructions inside. The bottom section of this actually has a little section where you can actually hold onto your accessories, which is quite cool. I don't know if this fat one will fit, but that is always nice. Definitely not fitting the torso in there though. This then closes up just like so. So that is extremely, extremely handy for your display. If you don't like actually seeing the stuff, it's also available in an opaque black and white, so you can kind of mask what is stored inside of the base. Some mild assembly then with a hex key or Allen wrench or whatever you like to call it. And we got this right here. I actually kind of wish I only used 2 segments instead of the 3, but overall pretty cool. It does have a option of using a 3mm peg like this or a grabby hand kind of section, and so far the 3mm hole in this figure is a little on the shallow side, so the rounded tip does not work, so I'm just going to give that a snipping off. And then there we go. Mildly, and I mean microns narrower than your kind of usual kind of 3mm peg, so it does mean it does tend to kind of teeter a little bit. So this right here won't be replacing the simple stand for me, because the simple stand is exactly what it says. It's simple, and that's what I like. It doesn't bounce. It just works, and that is what it's all about. However, the display stand is great for a storage solution, especially if you want to keep your accessories on hand for someone who likes to change poses and weaponry all of the time. To have them readily available is awesome. Anyway, throwing this into a bit of a pose that is in the manual, and there it is finally in that full normal suit with the helmet attached. Now, I don't know if P-Bandai will ever make a cool cockpit seat for using with this. I hope they do, but we do have some Seed figures coming out very, very soon that do have some cockpits with them, as far as I know. At least they do in the images and stuff. And that is pretty cool. So finally now on to the articulation, and build-wise this right here is definitely rock solid. Everything's plastic on plastic and nothing rattling around like the big old bobbleheads of yore. overall, it does feel quite good when it comes to the articulation, but it is limited in a lot of ways. Bandai obviously didn't want to put too many segments through the body, so you're not going to get much out of kicks and stuff like that. And everything is kind of positioned to just do the basic, really, in order to not really hinder the shape of the body. That's about it anyway. Usual pose. So there we go, there it is in the usual pose, and as you can see, it cannot get down into that lunge whatsoever. Again, Bandai didn't want to change the shape of the body so much, so they kind of gave it limited articulation. It will pull off a couple of poses, but not really a whole lot. It can't actually even kind of sit down. I was trying to make that pose earlier on, where it's sitting, having a sly cigarette. Well, I couldn't really get it sitting too well, so it is quite limited. It can't even bring the legs up too much. Everything is very, very simple. It will do some things, but nothing too over the top and nothing too dramatic. But yeah, that's it for the review. I don't actually rank these kits, and I'm super out of time. But if you do like Lunamaria Hulk, this is a very nice figure model kit. Doesn't pose much, but it does look great. And sometimes that's all that matters. Anyway, as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to come back for more Gundam and gunpla related reviews, and I'll see you next time. As always, I can't finish this video without special thanks to those who support the channel on the memberships as well as over on Patreon, including Abraxas, Caleb Engelhardt, Joe, Orgy59061, Shadow Wolf 179, 10 Soldier YT, and Van Fawn.